Is it smart to buy your kid followers on Instagram? Does that sound healthy? I want to get into that here in about 30 seconds. Before we do that, I just want to say this. Parents, we must do better. We must do better. I'm reading this statistic that 72% of college students say that they are unprepared to clean up after themselves when they go to college. 3 in 4 say they are unprepared to clean up after themselves.
If I'm being honest, I would have been one of those.
So you had a mom and a dad that cleaned up after you all the time, so you didn't do it yourself?
Not all the time, but I've always been messy, right? And I was like the classic teenage room that was like you couldn't see the floor because of the clothes. My mom was constantly asking me to clean my room, and it was a thing, right? So when I went off to college, I was the one that would leave dishes in the sink for days, if not a week on end, and it would grow mold to the point my roommate had to leave a note on the refrigerator door like, seriously, you are a disgusting person.
You were that girl, that roommate.
I was. I've learned better. However, my husband is still dealing with this to this day. So I'm not as bad, but I am not by any means good.
I think the word maybe that I'm getting tripped up on is unprepared, because that to me means like I don't know how to do it.
So I don't think I was unprepared. I can do it. I was enabled.
That's the thing, because I had 3 roommates and none of them cleaned, and I ended up cleaning up after all of them, and they were very well capable of cleaning up after themselves. They just didn't do it.
It just seemed like a crazy statistic to me. I don't even put it on the kids. I put it on the parents, man. If your kid's in college and goes, I don't know how to wash a dishwasher, I don't know how to do that. That's on the parents, right?
No, you can do it. Like I knew how to use the dishwasher. I knew how to use the washer and dryer, etc. But I just didn't.
Okay. All right.
There's that.
All right. So should a mother of a 14-year-old be buying her followers?
All right. So listen, maybe I'm being a judgmental parent right now. If I am, feel free to call me out. I'm probably going to regret saying that later, but whatevs. And Cassie, as you know, our EVP of digital marketing and being so entrenched in social media, I would love your thoughts on this, because I am fairly certain that a mom I know is buying her 14-year-old daughter followers on Instagram. Now, to give you all the details, it's a public account. She has over 100,000 followers right now, right? And each week she gets about 5,000 to 10,000 new followers. I know Instagram has changed its algorithm recently, so pictures aren't getting as much traction as before. So when you go through and look at her pictures, some posts have 6,000 likes, some have 30,000 likes, and then there's actually a picture that has over 100,000 likes, which is almost the same amount of followers as she has, which I've never seen before.
Everybody that follows you likes one of your pictures. Doesn't happen.
Yeah,
right.
So I found it odd. And then giving you all the information of her last 12 posts, 7 of those 12 are bikini photos. And the comments, there are men that are leaving the most gross, disgusting, vile, repulsive comments. Repulsive for a grown woman, let alone a 14-year-old girl.
So something like, I can't wait for you to be 18 or legal, something like that.
Oh, no. Way worse than that. Way worse than that. I mean, graphic. We're talking about just, it's to the point, like she did a post about it, about how people need to be kinder and shouldn't leave comments like that. And then there are people who are in there saying, well, if you're going to post a picture like that, you're going to comment like that, which I don't agree with. I don't think you should be able to post whatever you want without somebody coming in and leaving something nasty. But that's the world we live in as far as social media goes. So if you're an adult, a mature woman, I think you're more emotionally capable to deal with those kind of comments. But as a 14-year-old, I feel as a parent, you need to protect them from that type of interaction until they're older. And I feel like they're more mentally capable.
Is this Instagram account, is it also tied to like TikTok? Or is
No.
she trying to make money off of this whole thing? Is that what it's all about?
Not that I am aware of. Like, I'm not seeing like any endorsement post or anything like that.
Oh, hell no. Cassie?
Oh, God, that's just. I mean, one, you're paying out the wazoo because you can pay for followers, but then you can also pay for likes and comment engagement, and that's like a separate charge. But then on top of that, like attracting that kind of unwanted attention. I mean, there are companies like Bert that sit there and lure in these disgusting dudes who are trying to hit on underage kids and turn them over to the FBI, and they're doing good work. But why you would set your kid up for that is beyond me. And I get it. Some people are just ignorant sounds really harsh, but you don't realize that's what's happening. But when you see it unfold, like that's got to be your red flag to be like, get my kid off there. No, you cannot post bikini pictures on the internet. Like maybe I'm super prude that way, but like my kid's not going on Insta in a bathing suit or any social network when they're older like that.
I mean, if you took it out of social media, Kristen, and you put it in a neighborhood pool, right? So there's a 14-year-old in a bikini at a neighborhood pool, and some of the adult men are screaming the same things at your daughter at the pool, you'd immediately put an end to it, right? You'd probably call the police.
Yes.
You'd call somebody. You'd immediately do that. Why is it any different online?
It's not. I mean, that's why there's people like Bark who are trying to crack down on these people who are preying on kids. I mean, she's a 14-year-old kid, and her mom comments on her photos. Her mom interacts as well. So I mean, and even to have a public account, like. I know technology is going to continue to advance, and at some point in time, my son's going to want his own phone, and he's going to want to be on social media. Everything's going to be private.
Yeah, Mom.
They made likes the new currency, and it's unfortunate that this generation is losing sight of the things that are actually important because of that, right? Attention is worth more than money nowadays, and if it's me, I would try my best to instill in my kids that there's way more to life than likes and the attention that you can get from social media. But it sounds as if that might be where the mom finds her currency too. So she's doing what she thinks is best for her daughter.
The world has changed so much, and Cass, I'll definitely get to you in a sec, that somebody explained it to me this way, that when we were all growing up, you wanted to be popular in your own school.
Yeah.
That's all really you wanted, right? We are blowing that out of the water. That is not nearly good enough for kids that are in school anymore. Now they want to be popular online, and it's a completely different stress. 100%. Cass.
And the thing is, you're setting your kid up for failure either way, because what happens when you stop buying those likes and stop buying those followers? Then your kid thinks they're all of a sudden unpopular and their self-esteem drops, like when they go off to college and you're not funding that anymore. But I guarantee you, if those men are leaving comments like that on the pictures, they're in her DMs. And do you have access to those DMs? Are you monitoring that? Those people are wily and they're gross, and they will find any way. And this goes also for people who are of age posting those kinds of photos. Be careful what you post, because a lot can be clued together about where you live, where you go to school, where you go to college, your car. You give so much info away on social posts that you don't even realize. So take care of yourselves. Less is more.
The Bert Show.
So first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get the Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.